imitates the voice of humans in the Yoruba land.
So the talking drum has like three, notes, which is, the Rhythmic, and then it's usually like from the Yoruba, it's, how do I put it? It's classified with the, Yoruba language. So say, if I want to say something, like, just so that you guys know what I'm saying, like if I want to say, hello, how are you? Which is like the modernized, it's not like our language, but we can use it to like talk in English, because like you said, it imitates what you say. So like, say for example, hello, how are you? I can play here and it's like, hello. So hello, how are you?
Right. So and then we have the Bata Drones, which I also don't have here, but I'm going to show you a picture. So now the shekere, again, which I just spoke about. The shekere is a West African instrument that is built with a gourd, surrounded by a net of beads. In most Nigerian music, the shekere is used to lay a steady repeated rhythm on which the other percussion instruments play over. The shekere may be twisted, shaken, or slapped to produce different ranges of sound. Now, this is what the shekere looks like. This is what an original shekere would look like, right? So, when you shake it, you have the sound like. So I guess this is what they try to imitate here. So let's see a video. Hopefully, we don't have an advert. But let's see a video and see if we can find. Oh yeah. So this same video, and you're gonna see the shekere player. Can you spot the guy playing the shekere? Right? Check it. Right. So. Let's be a group. So for example, in Fuji music, let's say we want to start laying the foundation of the rhythm. The shekere is going to be like the most basic rhythm, right? Laying something like this. So the shekere, again, I feel so sad that I'm unable to get the actual shekere, but do you guys get the idea? Alright. So now that's the shekere. The shekere can go from from very simple patterns to like very complicated patterns, depending on what artist of Fuji is actually performing. So some artists are very basic, and they'll do simple things like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
On the same thing.
Right? So, and then we can go even to more complex stuff like what I have here. Da 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 da. This is another pattern. This is the one I played initially. Okay, so now I think it's also very important that I mention that every drum in Africa or even in Nigeria has almost like a very diabolic significance to it. So these drums is made of leather, like the skin of an animal, right? And the makers of this drum, they make sure that the skin of the animal is made in a particular way. It's almost like, for example, if you're going to make a drum with the skin of an animal, there's a particular way the animal has to die. For example, if the animal is being shot, you can't use it to build a drum. So there's all this superstitious belief around that, but we're not going to go into that because we're just interested in the musical part for now. Does anyone have any questions so far? No? Okay. Okay, so next is the Sakara Drum. This is also a very important. Again, let's not forget, this whole presentation is all about Fuji music, which is just one style of music. Now, this Sakara Drum is also a very important drum in the Fuji music ensemble. The Sakara Drum is perhaps the most important drum in the Fuji music ensemble. It provides the basic rhythmic bedrock in which the music is built on. Let's see a video of some Sakara music players. So that is the Sakara Drum. Again, I couldn't get a Sakara Drum for this presentation, but what also happens is that in the absence of the Sakara Drum, we also use this. Now this is called Omele, O-M-E-L-E. So remember how I said the important drums? So this is Omele right here. This is Omele. So it produces almost the same sound, actually the same sound. Right, so right now I'm gonna play just a steady rhythm, and talking drum is gonna play over that. Does anyone want to volunteer to play a Sakura reading? It's simple, I promise. I'll just show you what to play. So you could keep trying. Why is it shaking? Stop. Yeah, after it. So basically, reading that way. How do you think they shake? Oh. Escape. Let's see. I'll just might have it. Well, it is whatever. Okay. Okay. Alright, so sorry about that. Let's try something else. Yeah, so you're gonna try it. Okay. So basically we're gonna repeat this forever. That's what the Sakara does. So basically this Sakara just plays a repeated pattern over and over again. So think about the Sakara as something that is laying like a blues progression, right? The blues progression just keeps repeating. Of course, we have substitutions and all of those things. And then think about the talking drum as the soloist, say like a trumpet player blowing over a blues progression. So let's start with that, and then I'm going to join into tap, 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 tap. 1, instrument that I'm going to introduce at this point. Now, again, this is the modernized agogo, right? Now, also, like, if you're very familiar with like Afro-Cuban music and like, music of Cuba, you would notice that some of these names are like also found in Afro-Cuban music. Like agogo is, this is very used in Afro-Cuban music. Also, I'm going to talk about bata. I'm going to talk about the Bata Drum at some point. That is also a very important music in Cuban music. Does anyone want to try play a pattern here? I'm going to tell you what to play.